Nothing more loud or ovation worthy than Sabrina Ionescu. She hits the game-winning three with 1 second left as the Liberty mounted a 15-point comeback against the Minnesota Lynx on the road to take game 3 of the WNBA Finals. Dad, this was electric. On a night where Sabrina Ionescu had not been shooting well in the lead up here, this ends up being one of the more cold-blooded shots that we've seen. And hearing the announcing crews last night, the great job that Rebecca Lobo and company did, this looks like, given the context and the situation, one of the bigger shots in WNBA history.
Yeah, and Ionescu even said Brianna Stewart's the one that got us back in this game. Stewart scored 22 of the Liberty's 45 in the second half. As you mentioned, Ionescu was kind of off in this game, but their coach, Sandy Brondello, said in the timeout, Sabrina said, "You're taking the shot." I think there were 16 seconds when the ball was inbounded. She got it high up at the top of the key and just was basically left one-on-one. And she said she just needed a little bit of space. She created space. Ball left her hand with about 3 seconds to go, and it's a 28-footer that was nothing but net. I mean, just as all the NBA and WNBA players from around the league were tweeting, that was a cold-blooded shot, and it was when they needed it most. Just an incredible ending for the Liberty in their 5th championship finals, and this is the first time they've led. The first time they've led in the championship series. They've obviously lost all the finals that they were in, and first time they led because Minnesota won game 1 in this series, and New York won the next 2, and they can close it out on Friday.
Are you ready for kickoff? Join the football action this preseason and regular season with DirecTV's Sunday series on DraftKings. You build your best lineup in 6 free contests to compete for a share of $30,000. Then, watch the Sunday games your way, live or on streaming apps with DirecTV satellite free. Play now for free at DraftKings.com/DirecTV. Terms and conditions and other eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. New York has played for the championship 5 times before this year. They're one of the 3 original WNBA teams still in the city where they started. The other 2, the Los Angeles Sparks and Phoenix Mercury, have both won titles. So still waiting for their moment, but Sabrina went a long way in that and had a little something for everyone in the post-game presser because the all WNBA teams had come out yesterday. And needless to say, Sabrina felt some type of way about where she had been placed. Take a listen to this.
In the last minute, like you were trying to prove a point.
That was just a great all-WNBA second team performance.
Pointing that out as the all-WNBA first team featured Nafisa Collier on the other side for the Minnesota Lynx. Asia Wilson, obviously the MVP for the Las Vegas Aces. Her teammate, Brianna Stewart, Alyssa Thomas from the Connecticut Sun, and Caitlin Clark, which I'd imagine that might be the one that drives Sabrina up a wall a little bit, just because, Dad, very similar players. Sabrina, in a lot of ways, was Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark came along. In more recent history for women's college hoops, she was a 3-point phenomenon, a triple-double machine during her time at Oregon, and now in the league here, plays with a similar edge, Dan. I think that's what I love about both of them as players, and you saw it on display with Sabrina last night. She's a killer. She's not someone who's afraid to let that emotion take over and show in that game. You saw from her and Brianna Stewart, who you mentioned had the monster third quarter that really got them back into this. Stewie on the sideline early in this game in a huddle saying, we're not going to effing lose this game. This is the kind of will and determination that comes, Dad, from a team that has been to the mountaintop and lost the way that this team has and understands the opportunity in front of them. There's incredible mental toughness from this group.